Hello, and welcome to Round Glass. I'm Tatum Barnes, and thank you for joining me for this meditation on connecting back to your true self. And today, we're exploring the theme of putting it all together. And I want to talk a little bit more about what it means to put it all together and what we're going to be doing here and now. But first, I want to hear from you all. So, if you feel so moved, please take a second to chat in that chat box below. If you have meditated with me before, what has been a takeaway, a lesson, a tip, a trick, something that you've enjoyed? I just love to hear from that. And if you have never meditated with me before, what is an intention for this meditation? Now, I feel a little bit selfish asking the question, but I have to admit this is my final live meditation. So I want to reflect on what we've done together. And if you've never meditated with me before, then no reflection. That's fine. We're just going to jump right in. It'll stand by itself. It's going to be great. But if you have tuned in at least once before, let me know in the chat below what's something that you've enjoyed or something that you've learned. Now, this is a practice that culminates my new course, a course on remembering who you really are. And so it's kind of like a sneak peek at the very end of this course. We get to put it all together. So if it feels incomplete, then watch the course. But I believe that it stands on its own. We're going to do three things. We're going to hit three notes, which is we're going to remember the fact that we are on this planet Earth, that we are Earth creatures, that humans came from the Earth. We're on the Earth right now. So we're going to ground and connect downward. We're going to remember our compassion, our best selves, our higher selves, our inner Buddha, our Christ light, whatever tradition you're coming from. We're going to step into the heart, and we're going to open up this doorway of compassion. And through that, we'll step and remember that we're connected to something greater. We'll connect to that which is greater, the universe, the life itself, God, whatever sort of vocabulary you use, I encourage you to use it. But we are going to touch those 3 points, and that's what I mean by putting it all together. We're hitting those notes. We are humble creatures, and we are also a small and significant part of the whole, and inspired by love and compassion. So that's going to be a little bit of our meditation here and now. But first, let me read some of your chit chats. I see the red boots. Red boots will get you walking. My vocabulary. Thank you so much. It's been a joy to articulate here. Picturing your favorite dessert. Fantastic. It'll get you back in your body like this. Light and fun. I try my best. And so many different meditations. Beautiful. Thank you so much for reflecting that back to me. It's made me feel warm and fuzzy. So what's going to happen in just a moment is we are going to settle in with some gentle breath work. We are going to, as always, use a little bit of our imagination, the power of visualization, to step into this meditation. And I'll move step by step, picture by picture, prompt by prompt, to get you all the way from the earth to the cosmos and everywhere we need to be in between. So without any further ado, for the last time, let's get started. So we're going to let our bodies get comfortable. So let the shoulders roll around, crack the knuckles if they need to be cracked, loosen the belt, pop the first button, whatever lets the belly and the abdomen relax and be soft. You can stretch the jaws. When you're ready, you find your meditation posture with your spine long but erect, feeling the vertebrae begin to stack. And closing your eyes when you're ready. Breathing in and out through your nose, you slowly align your awareness with your breath. Watching the inhale and exhale. Observe where your breath begins and where it ends. And see if you can make it a little bit deeper, exploring how much lung you really have. Good. To yourself, I invite you to make a commitment for the next 15 minutes for this meditation to take priority. So that means as thoughts come to distract you, you stay stubborn, resilient, and you bounce off of them back to watching your breath and focusing. All right. And with that, I invite you to gently shift your awareness to where you make contact with the ground beneath you. Spreading your awareness to ankles and sit bones, you feel the earth holding you. You give yourself permission to give your weight to the earth, feeling yourself get a little bit heavier, breathing deeply. It is here that I invite you to turn on your mental movie screen to see a beautiful red or violet color beginning to move from the earth into your toes. Flexing that imagination, see that color clearly as it moves through your toes and through the arches of your feet, and you breathe it into your ankles, where it swirls around and we pause. And we collect any sort of tension or stress that may be stuck in the ankles. You can call it forth by thinking that thought. I call out the stress in my ankles, and you collect it, you feel it growing in the hands of your awareness. And you can also move the awareness around the ankle like a knife in an almost empty jar. You scrape the sides and let it grow. Gathering and regathering. And on your next exhale, you let that drop. Watching that tension and feeling that tension drop out of your feet and into the earth. Well done. Watch as that color from the earth rises through your ankles, swirling and moving playfully through your shins, up your calves, and invite it into your knees and under your kneecaps. Once more, you spread yourself here, collecting the tension in this joint, but also any sort of sadness or heaviness or grief. You bring it to mind, you hold it for but a moment. Scraping the sides. And with another exhale, you let that drop as well. Feeling it rush through the shins, through the ankles and out through the feet, holding on to nothing. Breathe that color. See it again clear as day moving through your thighs, inviting that breath, that color, that energy into your hips and pelvis. And we spread ourselves for the last time, collecting any tension in the body, any static in the hips, and also any frustration or anger that may be stuck in your body or mind. You scrape the sides of the pelvis, you recall the things that have really been ticking you off. Let it grow. Keep gathering. And as this tension reaches its peak, you let it all go. Letting everything in the lower body flush out into the earth. You let the legs be like clear tubes of light. Once more, letting yourself be held by the earth. Excellent. I invite you to picture and visualize and make real that color rising through your open legs and through your soft belly, through your sternum, and invite it into your heart center just a few fingers above the sternum. And breathe deeply. Painting the center of your chest this color. Here we make the heart soft, letting tension melt away toward the earth, perhaps reminding yourself of the softest blanket or material you've ever experienced and overlaying that texture on this heart center. Focusing and refocusing, bouncing off of distracting thoughts and external noises. Deep breaths. Well done. Wherever you are in your meditation, I invite you to take a step deeper within the heart. You can do this by imagining a door to step through in the center of the chest, having a deep well to peer into, perhaps falling in, or simply imagining yourself in a large, well-lit room in the center of yourself. However you go, you withdraw your external senses to extend your internal senses, seeing what colors and textures exist for you within yourself, investigating and staying soft. The body and mind will try to bring you back out. That's what it's good for. But stay stubborn. Remember your commitment to this meditation and push back in. However the heart center strikes you, see if you can now find any gold, any light, any brilliance in the center of your chest. If you experience that, beautiful. You move towards it and breathe into it. If you don't, no worries. You imagine it yourself. Turning on a light switch, lighting a candle. However you get there, you begin to sense this golden light in the center of the chest, breathing it in. And you begin to let it grow. Seeing and visualizing and experiencing this golden light beginning to rise from the heart, through the clavicles, and into the throat and neck. Breathing deeply here to open up the throat. As we begin to move toward the top of our heads, we remind our bodies that it is safe. It is safe. They are rooted to the ground. We're merely exploring our heads now. No need for anxiety. A few more deep breaths in the throat. Excellent. Let that golden light work its way to the very back of your head where the skull and spine meet. We make a quick pit stop here. A few more deep breaths. You should start to feel the energy starting to build. Excellent. And we move towards our destination as you breathe and visualize this golden light move all the way to the very center of your head, in the middle of the skull. Here, we crane our awareness skyward. Your eyes do not need to move in your sockets to achieve this. You step beyond your nervous system as your awareness itself tilts upwards. There it is. Exploring the expansion of consciousness at the top of your head. Focus and refocus, stepping into pure awareness. And from this beautiful place, I invite you to picture a brilliant white light beginning to fall down from above, from that which is greater, onto your head. Feeling and perceiving this beautiful white light cascading over your hair, your scalp, moving over the ears, moving through the muscles of the face, letting the jaw relax, letting the tongue relax. Picture and feel this white light moving through the throat and down the nape of your neck, over your shoulders, letting them relax. And see and feel this white light fall into the heart center where we began. And watch as it begins to mix and mingle and swirl with the red or violet energy that you brought up from the earth. See and visualize and make real this connection between above and below until these two colors mix and turn into something brand new, a gold or a green or anything else your imagination gives to you. Whatever it turns into, you go with whatever happens first. That's probably right. And you let this new transformed color sit in your heart center as you breathe it in deeply. Pushing past resistance to drink it in 100%. Inviting every aspect of your being, every cell and atom to take a drink. Good. A few more deep breaths here. Well done, and thank you so much. Gently bring yourself back to where your body makes contact with the ground beneath you. You've done a lot in this meditation, so you move slowly. You go step by step back into fingertips and toes, into wrists and ankles, moving the shoulders, letting the arms move. When you're ready, you open your eyes and welcome back. And if you feel a little bit flighty still, you imagine your favorite dessert, something rich, and that brings you back even faster. Thank you. Now, with this meditation and all meditations, you want to notice how you feel now compared to how you felt before. I hope you feel like dazzlingly yourself, if that's a word. And I invite you to type any questions or comments that you might have in the chat box below. Thank you. Let's see. What I will say is, as I wait for some questions or comments, if they so come, is that these are 3 points that you can hit in a meditation. Ground yourself, connect to compassion, and something larger than yourself. No matter what your tradition or what type of meditation works best for your spirit, mind, body system, I believe that those 3 places are deeply enriching and valuable. Another Tatum takeaway, which I really appreciate the alliteration. So thank you so much for that, whoever wrote that. Your youthful yet wise approach to meditation. Many thanks. Try to split the difference. Beautiful meditations. Always enjoy joining. Always enjoy joining. Always enjoy joining. Thank you so much. Thank you for helping me remember my best childhood qualities and bringing them into adulthood. I love that. I absolutely love that. Let's not forget how awesome we were as kids and some of those qualities. Question: what is one takeaway you want to leave us with for your last meditation? Tricky, tricky. I like how you turned that back on me. If you can make meditation fun, if you can make meditation enjoyable, is the more mature word. I say fun for kids. If you can make meditation enjoyable, then you will do it more often. So make it joyful. If meditation is about being a better person, then make it joyful and you'll be motivated to be a better person. If it's about connecting to that which is larger, life, God, spirit, whatever, then it should be joyful. We should rejoice because we're alive. So make your meditation joyful and you will do it and you will be successful in the things that you do. That's my takeaway. Question: is your course recommended for kids? Yes, it is not made for kids, but it's recommended for kids. I think that they could absolutely get something from it because I trust their ability to learn and be wise. But it's certainly for adults who have forgotten a few things and adults who maybe are curious about what their ancestry might mean for them. And insofar as the course has something to do with ancestry and what we can learn from those who came before, it may be slightly beyond the grasp of some children. So that's my answer. It's for adults, and children can certainly grab something. And I come out with some standalone meditations that will certainly be more accessible to children. So check those out. And a final wisdom gem. All right, let's see what we have here. Insofar as I am filled with gratitude for this experience, I will remind you all that gratitude is a gem in and of itself. So those who practice gratitude live longer. There's a scientific study on it that I will not cite for you here and now, but Google it. Google it, folks. If you have a gratitude practice or a gratitude journal, you are healthier and you live longer. And the people who have a gratitude practice that specifically have to do with being grateful to something larger themselves have score even higher on those health markers. So gratitude is great for your health. And I'm so grateful for all of you for joining me on this meditation. If you check out my course, I'm grateful for you checking that out. And just grateful for the whole Round Glass experience. The last thing that I'll say before my little sign off is that there are times to teach and time to learn. And I'm grateful for being able to teach in the ways that I have in these last few months. And now I am so humbled by my life. It is time to learn once again. But these things come and go in seasons and cycles. So I'll be teaching again soon. Now, finally, I will say, I've mentioned it a few times, but just in case you haven't gotten it, I have a new course out on Round Glass. I'm super excited about it. It's about remembering who you really are. It's about reclaiming the gifts of childhood and our ancestry and our shared human history. And you can check that out at round.glass. And I think you'll love it. What's going to happen right now is you'll check out a little bit from it, and I hope that you'll see more. All right, folks. Until next time, whenever that is, stay blessed and peace. We all come from somewhere. We all have home, traditions, customs, and these are important to remember. When we can reconnect to where we come from, recollect that knowledge, and find the strength to do what we have to do in our lives. This lingering question about my ancestors has inspired in me a real search for meaning, for purpose. And having come to my own conclusions, I want to share some of my findings with all of you. I'll be taking you through a process that allows you to remember all of the aspects of the existence that we carry with us inherently. And in so doing, discover more about who you really are. I'm excited to explore the childlike aspects of ourselves that are hidden by our adult lives, the parts of ourselves that were once at the forefront of our consciousness, but are no longer because of our professions, our busy minds. By thinking about our childlike selves, thinking about our ancestors and their way of life, we're speaking to a part of ourselves that lays dormant in this modern world. I just wanted to develop a course to remind us of that which is still inside us. What we have to do is remember how exciting life can be. It's through small little moments of reconnection each day and small steps towards that each week that we can find a place where we can say, I'm glad to be alive. To help folks course correct, I'm Tatum Barnes, and in this course, you're going to remember who you really are, bringing together the disparate parts of yourself to become whole once more. Together, we'll use breath work and imaginative visualizations to move deeper into this meditation practice. By working with our childlike senses, our bodies, our ancestors, we'll cultivate a deep well of support, the kind that's always right there when you need it, within you. Join me on Round Glass for this course, which will help you overcome obstacles like anxiety, stress, and disconnection by providing a roadmap back to yourself that you can read again at any time. I hope you'll join me for this course. Bring your past. We'll sit in the present and we'll move towards our limitless future.